Page 168. Grammar, English Tutor, Class 11. Change of narration, narration. Recap, fundamental concepts and rules. এখানেও একটি টেবিল দেয়া হয়েছে। টেবিলটিতে 3টি কলাম আছে। বাঁ দিকের কলামে আছে পয়েন্টস, মাঝের কলামে আছে ডাইরেক্ট ন্যারেশন, ডান দিকের কলামে আছে ইনডাইরেক্ট ন্যারেশন। 1. Narration. It is an act, process, or skill of presenting the words or speech of a speaker. It involves the speaker, the listener, the narrator, and the speech uttered either by the speaker or by the narrator. Direct narration. When the narrator repeats the actual words of the speaker, it is called direct narration. Examples: Do you want a servant? Siddha asked. Come in, said Mr. Shivashankar. Indirect narration. When the narrator presents only the substance of the actual words of the speaker, it is called indirect narration. Examples: Siddha asked Mr. Shivashankar if he wanted a servant. Mr. Shivashankar asked Siddha to go in. 2. Reporting verbs. Direct narration. Generally, say, say, or tell, tell, plus object is used. Indirect narration. The choice depends on the function of the speech. Page 169. Points number 3. General rules. Roman 1. The tense of the reporting verb never changes. Direct narration. He said, comma, quotation opens, 2 and 2 makes 4. Stop, unquote. She says, comma, quote, I am happy, stop, unquote. Indirect narration. He said that 2 and 2 makes 4. She says that she is happy. 3 Roman 2. 0 back shift. If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense of the reported speech is not changed. We use reporting verb in the present tense when we A. report a conversation that is going on, B. read a letter and report what it says, C. read instructions and report them, D. report a statement that someone makes very often. For example, Meeta says that she will never get married. Direct narration. Example: Shima says, comma, quote, I am fond of sweets, stop, unquote. Indirect narration. Shima says that she is fond of sweets. Direct narration. He will say, comma, quote, I can play the piano, stop, unquote. Indirect narration. He will say that he can play the piano. Direct narration. Jatin says, comma, quote, I am tired, stop, unquote. Indirect narration. Jatin says that he is tired. Direct narration. Viola says, comma, quote, Sebastian is my brother, Stop unquote. Indirect narration. Viola says that Sebastian is her brother. Point 3, Roman 2, back shift. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the speech is changed into corresponding past tense. This is also known as back shift. He said, quote, I'm busy now, unquote. He said that he was busy then. She said, comma, quote, I was reading a book, stop, unquote. She said that she was reading a book. They said, comma, we, quote, we have won the match, stop, unquote. They said that they had won, W-O-N, won the match. Roman 4. However, if the statement is still relevant, the tense of the speech may not be changed. In such cases, backshift is optional. He said, comma, quote, I collect stamps, stop, unquote. He said that he collects stamps. She said, comma, quote, I like to read short stories, stop, unquote. She said that she likes to read short stories. Roman 5. The tense of reported speech is not changed if the speech is a universal truth. The tense of the reporting verb remains the same. For a general truth, habitual action, or historical truth, there is no need for backshift. He said, comma, quote, 5 and 5 makes 10, stop, unquote. He said that 5 and 5 makes 10. She said, comma, quote, water flows downward, stop, unquote. She said that water flows downward. Roman 6, change of modals, M-O-D-A-L-S. A. Can, may, must are changed to corresponding past modals. Could, might, had to. She said, comma, quote, I can't swim, stop, unquote. She said that she could not swim. B. Should, would, could, might, ought to, do not change. He said, comma, quote, I may go by train, stop, unquote. He said that he might go by train. Note, occasionally we do not need to change the present tense into the past if the information in the indirect speech is still true. He said, comma, quote, milk is white, stop, unquote. He said that milk is white. He said, comma, quote, I know the way, stop, unquote. He said that he knows the way. Note, we do not normally change the tense if the statement is still relevant. However, we can change the tense to report objectively or to suggest that the statement is no longer valid. He said, comma, quote, spring is my favorite season, stop, unquote. He said that spring is his favorite season. I said, comma, quote, I will retire from teaching in 2025 and devote myself to creative writing, stop, unquote. I said that I will retire from teaching in 2025 and devote myself to creative writing. The speech will remain valid up to the year of retirement, so change in tense is not necessary. Change in modal C. As a rule, the simple past tense changes to the past perfect. But in practice, especially in spoken English, it is often left unchanged. This can be done without causing confusion about the relative times of actions. She said, quote, I loved him, stop, unquote. She said that she had loved him. If we say she said that she loved him, it would create confusion about the relative times of the actions. Page 170.
Go.
Points D. We change the tense when a statement is untrue or out of date at the time and place of reporting. He said to us, quote, I know the way, stop, unquote. He told us that he knew the way, bracket, but he took the wrong turning, bracket closed. E. The past tense in time clause does not normally change. She said, quote, when I lived in Delhi, I often met her, stop, unquote. She said that when she lived in Delhi, she often met, had met her. Note, point F. If the direct speech or a part thereof in past tense describes a state of affairs which still exists, the tense of the reported speech remains same as the direct speech. He said, quote, I decided not to buy the car because I was not fuel efficient, stop, unquote. He said that he had decided not to buy the car because it was not fuel efficient. G. Although in theory the past continuous tense changes to the past perfect continuous, in practice it usually remains unchanged except when it refers to a completed action. He said, quote, we were thinking of selling the car, but we have decided not to sell it, stop, unquote. He said that they had been thinking of selling the car, but they had decided not to sell it. H. In the case of improbable condition or unreal past tenses, the past tense remain unchanged. He said, quote, if I were a king, I would have been happy, stop, unquote. He said that if he were a king, he would have been happy. The students said, quote, we wish we didn't have to take exams, stop, unquote. The students said that they wished they didn't have to take exams. Romans 7. Change of pronouns and possessives. Pronouns and possessive adjectives usually change from first or second person except when the speaker is reporting his own words. This change of pronouns and possessive adjectives may affect the verb. She said, quote, I have made a serious mistake, so stop, unquote. She said that she had made a serious mistake. He says, quote, I know Rina, stop, unquote. He says that he knows Rina. I said, quote, I am reading, stop, unquote. I said I was reading. She said to me, quote, you are really very punctual, stop, unquote. She told me that I was really very punctual. She said to him, quote, you are really very punctual, stop, unquote. She told him that he was really very punctual. He said to Rina, quote, I want to know your address, stop unquote. He told Rina that he wanted to know her address. Romans 7. Modification of this and these, THIS and THEAC. A. When THIS, this, is used in time expression, it usually becomes that. He said, I will go to Kolkata this week. He said that he would go to Kolkata that week. B. When this and that are used as adjectives, they normally change to the. She said, I have bought this bag for my brother. She said that she had bought the bag for her brother. C. When this and that are used as pronouns, they normally change to it they stroke them. She said, I will take up this tomorrow. She said that she would take up it / the matter / the thing the next day. D. When this and these are used as adjectives or pronouns to indicate choice, they normally become the, the, one's, one within bracket s, near him, etc., or the statement can be otherwise modified. She said, I will have this one. She said that she would have the one near her, or she pointed out / showed the one she wanted. Roman 9. Modification in expressions of the time and place. She said to me, I do not like this. She told me that she did not like that. He said, I received your letter yesterday. He said that he had received my letter the previous day. She said, I will buy a book tomorrow. She said that she would buy a book the next day. He said, I am busy now. He said that he was busy then. Page 171. Basic rules of narration change at a glance. 1. The indirect speech is an assertive sentence. It is not placed within inverted commas. 2. The reported speech begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. 3. The reporting verb is changed according to the function of the speech. 4. Said to plus object is changed into told. 5. The pronouns and possessives are changed. 6. If the reporting verb is in the present tense, the tense of the speech is not changed. 7. If the reporting verb is in the future tense, the tense of the speech is not changed. 8. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the speech is changed to corresponding past. Phrasal, Phrasal, phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are the combination of verbs and adverbs or prepositions or both with completely new meanings. Phrasal verbs holo verbs এবং adverbs বা prepositionের অথবা উভয়েরই সমষ্টি যাদের সম্পূর্ণ নতুন অর্থ থাকে। Phrasal verbs are also known as prepositional verbs. Phrasal verbs are called so because they are in the form of phrases. Phrasal verbকে prepositional verb বলা হয়। এই ভার্বটি ফ্রেজ বা বাক্যাংশের আকারে থাকে বলে তাকে ফ্রেজাল ভার্ব বলা হয়। এইখানে একটি টেবিল দেয়া হয়েছে, ডিফারেন্স ইন মিনিং বিটুইন ভার্বস অ্যান্ড ফ্রেজাল ভার্বস। 4টি কলাম আছে। বাঁ দিকে ভার্বস, প্রথম তার দ্বিতীয় কলাম মিনিং, তৃতীয় কলাম ফ্রেজাল ভার্ব, চতুর্থ কলাম মিনিং। কল, আস্ক টু কাম, ডাকা। কল আপ, রিমেম্বার, স্মরণ করা। ব্রিং, কাম ক্যারিং সামথিং, নিয়ে আসা। ব্রিং আপ, রে প্রতিপালন করা। গেট, রিসিভ, পাওয়া। গেট আপ, অ্যাওয়েক, ঘুম থেকে ওঠা। টেক, ক্যারি সামথিং, নেওয়া। টেক আফটার, রিজেম্বল, সদৃশ হওয়া। লুক, সি, দেখা। লুক আফটার, কেয়ার, দেখাশুনো করা। মেক, প্রিপেয়ার, তৈরি করা। মেক আউট, আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড, বুঝতে পারা। Preposition. A preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun or a noun equivalent to show its relations to some other word in the sentence. নাউন বা প্রোনাউন বা নাউনের সমতুল্য কোনো শব্দের পূর্বে বসে বাক্যের অন্য শব্দের সঙ্গে তার সম্বন্ধ নির্দেশ করে থাকে। There is a ball, উপরে আছে above, তার নিচে in, তার নিচে on, তার নিচে under, এবার এই চারটিকে ব্র্যাকেট করে দেওয়া আছে the box. The objects of preposition. When a noun or pronoun is placed after the preposition, it is called prepositional object. Preposition may also govern other parts of speech which are placed after the preposition as its objects. এখানে টেবিল দেয়া আছে দুটি কলাম করে। অবজেক্ট এক্সাম্পল। 1. Noun. The book is on the table. Table bold করা আছে। 2. Pronoun. I gave the ball to him. Him bold. 3. Adjective. Money is paid in full. Full bold. Object 4. Adverb. He came from there. There bold. 5. Infinitive. The patient is about to die. To die bold. Gerund. We went, number 6, gerund. We went there in the hope of meeting him. Meeting bold. Page 172. Prepositions may govern phrases and clauses as well. For example, he is ignorant of how to dance. Here, preposition governs a phrase. It depends on how you perform your duty. Here, preposition governs a clause. Classification of prepositions. Prepositions are divided into 6 classes. 1. Simple preposition, সরল. 2. Double preposition. 3. Compound yogic preposition. 4. Phrasal preposition or prepositional phrase. 5. Participial preposition. P-A-R-T-I-C-I-P-I-A-L. Participial. 6. Disguised ছদ্মবেশী preposition. 1. Simple prepositions. 2. At, my, in, form, of, on, out, till, through, up, with, etc. 2. Double prepositions. Into, onto, within, without, etc. 3. Compound prepositions. About, across, above, along, behind, beside, between, amidst, মধ্যে, among, around, beneath, before. These are formed by joining the prepositions as prefixes to a noun or an adjective or an adverb like across equals to on plus cross. Along equals to on plus long. Behind equals to by plus hind. Beneath equals to by plus neath, etc. Number 4. Phrasal prepositions. According to, along with, because of, by dint, dint, dint of, দ্বারা, away from, in addition to, অধিকন্তু, on behalf of, পক্ষ থেকে, in spite of, in place of, owing, owing to, কারণে, with regard to, on account of, with a view to, উদ্দেশ্যে, in case of, for the sake of, জন্য, by way of, etc. 5. Participial prepositions. Barring, সত্ত্বেও, concerning, considering, notwithstanding, regarding, etc. 6. Disguised prepositions. A week, WEEK. O'clock, O''CLOCK, o'clock. Ahead, asleep, a hunting, etc. NB, special note. A equals to on, O equals to off. Position of prepositions. 2 columns. বাঁ দিকের কলামে লেখা position, ডান দিকে example. 1. Some prepositions are placed between verbs and noun or pronoun. Verb ও noun বা pronoun-এর মধ্যে বসে। I go to school regularly. Too bold. The tree is laden or burdened, ভর্তি, with fruits. With bold. 2. Prepositions are placed after the direct objects. মুখ্য কর্মের পর। The fox jumped into the well. Into. Yuvraj threw the ball into M.S. Dhoni's gloves. Into. 3. Prepositions are usually put after the indirect object if the sentence contains both the direct object and indirect objects. Direct object বস্তুবাচক কর্ম ও indirect object ব্যক্তিবাচক কর্ম। একই সেন্টেন্সে থাকলে preposition indirect objecটের পর বসে। Father wrote the letter to me. To. He lent the book to me. Me. 4. At the end of sentences, বাক্যের শেষে, A. When the object is a relative pronoun, that, which, whom. Example, this is the man whom I am looking for. Whom ব্র্যাকেটের মধ্যে। B. If the object is a relative pronoun and it is understood, উজ্জ্ব থাকে, that is the incident within bracket that I am speaking about. This is the boy within bracket whom I gave the letter to. C. If the sentence begins with an interrogative pronoun or adjective, what are you talking about? Which district do you belong to? Page 173. Omission of prepositions. Prepositions are dropped in front of phrases starting with the following words relating to time. নিম্নোক্ত সময় সংক্রান্ত ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে ফ্রেজ শুরু হলে। দুটি কলাম আছে টেবিলে, বাঁ দিকে টাইম ওয়ার্ডস, ডান দিকে এক্সাম্পলস। 1. Today, tomorrow, yesterday. I shall go to Kolkata today. Father returned home from Chennai yesterday. The Kolkata test match begins tomorrow. 2. Last, next, this, that. We shall go to Bangalore next Sunday. Bracket, not on next Sunday, but on Sunday next. Bracket closed. It rained heavily last month. Bracket opens, not in last month. Bracket closes. There will be bumper production, Bapok Utpadon, of mangoes this year. Bracket, not in this year. Bracket closed. Relation expressed by prepositions. The following are some of the most common relations expressed by prepositions. 1. Preposition of place, position, at Rahora, in New York, on the box, at the door/windows, at school, at home, in the room, over/above the head, between/among students, under the table, on the right/left, in front of him, behind you, near the club, etc. 2. Preposition of time, before or behind time, at or by 6 o'clock at night, by day, in the morning or evening, at noon, on Monday/Sunday, in June/January, in/within a week, in a fortnight, Pokhokal, in/during summer, throughout the day, etc. 3. Preposition of possession, the temple of Lord Shiva/Krishna, of, the boy with a sweater on, with, the man of the match series, of. 4. Preposition of rate, value, standard, measure, speed. Cloth is sold by yard, gauge, at the interest of 10%, at 15% discount, char, taller by 2 inches, at rupees 500, at rupees 20 per litre, at 80 km per hour, etc. 5. Prepositions of agency, manner, instrument, with, courage. With courage, with care, at ease, by post, with a gun, by blow, with pen/pencil. 6. Preposition of inference, motive, reason, source or origin, from Shakespeare, by Wordsworth, from the Himalayas, from the sun, for the country, from gratitude, died of cancer, out of love and affection, etc. 7. Prepositions of contrast and concession. For his wealth he is unhappy. With all his faults, people like him. Notwithstanding the rain the teams played on. Text continued in next file, clause.